Hi, I'm Autumn. I am a junior at the University of New Hampshire, and this semester my internship was with tutoring class. I have lived in the same house for the entirety of my life. A white raised ranch with blue shutters that sits along a cul-de-sac nestled into a lush wooded area. In Dover, New Hampshire, I grew up surrounded by mountain ranges, rocky beaches, thick wooded forests, and vast fields. Looking for a change of scenery and pace, I signed up for a semester in the city. Moving to Boston was an adjustment like any other time I have moved into an apartment for school. To maintain the normalcy of my everyday life, I continued going for walks like I did back in the small towns I had previously lived in. Mulch and dirt substituted for concrete and asphalt. The nights where the stars infiltrate the sky, replaced by the glow from skyscrapers and streetlights. I enjoyed the adjustment, finding beauty in the silhouettes of the buildings and the arrangement of lights as a constant reminder of every life that is lived in Boston. In a meeting I attended early on in my internship designed to support out-of-school time community initiatives in Cambridge, we learned and practiced some icebreakers to use in our programs. One activity was This or That, a game I have played many times before in my own time in public school. As we went through the questions, picking sides, debating our answers, we got to the question of, would you rather live in the city or live in the country? If I had heard that question a couple of weeks prior, I would have been torn, because I never had the experience of living in a city before. As my peers debated around me, and I found myself in my own conversations, I was hearing every answer from the point of view of people who have lived in Cambridge or Boston for their entire lives, the complete opposite of my experience. People who chose the city debated about access to community centers, public transport, and not having to take care of their yards. People in the countryside debated about the less dense populations, the nature, and the ability to see the countless stars at night. As I heard about the little moments and aspects of life in a small town from the perspective of people who have never had the opportunity to experience it, I realized how little I had paid attention to the beauty of the small things that were often overlooked as they became a constant. The late night drives on the winding back roads with the girl I had my first sleepover with, walking past a friend or sorority sister on campus almost every time I leave my apartment, or even the scent of pine trees on an early morning walk. My experience in Boston through semester in the city has given me the chance to experience life from both sides of the question. It took me hearing that question to understand the fortune I had of having experiences to compare and connect to both sides. So I found that the salty breeze of the ocean and the deep silence of the mountains is what feels like my home, my side of the question.